and this is just my experience. And I'll actually want Arinze to throw more light on this. Why do you think that a degree is not that necessary in starting your career in tech?
All right. Thank you very much for the question, Prince. I think there are different ways to look at it. There are really different ways to look at it, and I'd walk through two different viewpoints that you can consider. Don't forget the question is, why don't I need a degree to start? Basically, we are saying if you're interested in a career in tech, you should get started, even if you don't have a degree yet, or you have a degree but your degree isn't a technical degree. So yeah, there are two ways to think about it. At the end of the day, what's required in the job market is your ability to deliver, right? To deliver on the requirements, on the job description. So whether you acquired the skill set, the knowledge and the skill set to deliver on that job from a structured degree program or from learning on your own. There's something called autodidacts. That's like people who like learn on their own, or maybe by using online courses or online boot camps or whatever way. The question is, do you have the skill set and can you deliver on the job, right? So provided you can learn the skill and then deliver the requirements, that's like the thing that's required of you, you are good to go, right? You do not need a degree to get started. Think of it as think of people who studied, say, law or studied accounting, and eventually they get a job in a manufacturing firm or something like that. What happens in that scenario is by the time you get a job, you begin to learn the skill, the trade, the domain expertise on the job, right? And by the time you have built enough skill sets, you can begin to gain like promotion, get like leadership positions. People studied something else and then start a business. You didn't study business administration or entrepreneurship in school, but like what's needed to start a business is basically the skills, the understanding of the market, and all of this stuff. So provided you can acquire that skill, then a degree shouldn't be what's stopping you. Then another way to look at it is the fact that in the tech world, like knowledge is growing faster than university degrees can even catch up. Like where, if you think about it, knowledge is invented mostly in industry, and what I mean by that is one of the biggest jobs out there today is have like UI UX design or using a framework to build no code development. Where's the best place to learn Figma or Framer? From people who are building the tool, the engineers at Figma, or a designer who has used Figma again and again and they know how to use it very skillfully, versus your university lecturer who, as of the time he became a professor, Figma had not yet been invented. So he doesn't even know about the tool. So if you go to university to study product design, yeah, you're going to learn a lot of things, but you probably won't even learn the new technology tools are out there in the market, right? So the same way with AI, right? Open AI, XAI, Meta, these guys are inventing AI. If you're in school studying AI, many of these tools are just out there. The best way to learn them is out there in the industry, right? So knowledge is growing faster than university degrees and programs can catch up with. So you don't have to assume that until you're in a university program, you cannot acquire knowledge. The reason that most knowledge is first of all invented in industry, in the place of work, and then school programs now go ahead and accumulate that knowledge and then design them into a structured program, which is what you now come and enroll in. So if you think about it that way, thinking from first principles, it just delivers you from that dependency of saying that I cannot start because I don't have a degree. That should be the list of your excuses. Where you can acquire the knowledge and demonstrate the skill that's needed for the job.
Very, very perfect. Like I can really catch a whole lot of things from the presentation. Very, very cool. Because see, look at it. Hands-on, your experience has a greater proof than whatsoever you claim that you know. Okay, if you can show me that I can do ABC, I will give you a try. I'll tell you to do it. But if you're telling me that, yeah, I can do ABC without a proof of what shows that you can do it, doubt comes in. Okay, so thank you so much, Arinze. Like, I appreciate that very point of yours, where the industries giving us a practical are the driving force in our era today. Okay, look at it now. OpenAI is making a whole lot of active move in the artificial intelligence industry. But when you go into your classrooms, when you go into the lecture rooms, when you go into, among your lecturers and other stuff, I'm not saying they're not making impact, but you find out that they need to learn to teach you, and they learn from the practice in the industry aspect of it. Okay, so now looking at what we have, especially in our time, most of the inventions and innovations that are coming in are coming out for schools to use them. So who is driving them? If schools are waiting to use these innovations, it should tell you that whosoever invented them didn't just rely on schools to invent them. It still goes to hands-on. I'm not saying schools are not necessary, but they are, like you said, there are different aspects to this. Learning is not just about school. You can learn outside of school, and you can learn from school, right? So you can learn with experience, you can learn with practice, and this is the reason why we are here. There is an aspect that having a degree solves for you in your career, okay? But it is not a core requirement for you to start. This is what we're trying to explain to you guys right now. Okay, there are different persons out there. Some persons studied political science and they're experts in tech. I mean, they are bad programmers. I've had barristers, political scientists, even some people study electrical engineering and different other disciplines that are not related to computer science doing very well in tech. Okay, I mean, so whatsoever thing that must have given them this knowledge is not just about going to school and getting a degree for you to start. So you can start with the little you know. I see people looking at professional criteria, professional requirements as the basics for them to start in tech. There are things that you start needing, or some requirements that will become your priority when you advance in your career, not when you are about to start. Okay,